Ever heard a song so powerful it moved a legend to tears? Yeah, we're talking real tears. And not just anyone. We're talking Paul McCartney, one of the greatest songwriters in history. The guy who helped change music forever. Even he couldn't hold it in when this one hit. Now you might be thinking, what kind of track could make a Beatle breakdown? Well, this ain't just about music. This is about friendship. This is about regret. And this is about John and Paul. See, once upon a time, Lennon and McCartney weren't just bandmates. They were soul brothers. They built the Beatles from the ground up, wrote songs that touched the world, laughed till it hurt, dreamed big together. But when the Beatles broke up in 1970, things turned cold. Their bond, once tight, started unraveling way before the band called it quits. Around 65, John was pulling back, getting deep into art, activism, Yoko, and that experimental side of life. Paul? He was trying to hold the Beatles together, keep the fire burning, be the glue. Different paths, different visions. And it got messy. After the split, the jabs got public. Lennon dropped How Do You Sleep? A direct diss at Paul. It was sharp. It was personal. Paul stayed cool in interviews, but the wounds ran deep, their friendship hanging by threads. They crossed paths now and then, tried to reconnect, but it was never the same. One moment in '76, they almost gave us something legendary. They were chilling at John's place in New York when they saw Saturday Night Live. Lorne Michaels on live TV joked about offering the Beatles $3,000 to reunite. John and Paul looked at each other. What if? They almost took a cab down to the studio. Almost. But the moment passed. They stayed in. And just like that, the last shot at a surprise reunion slipped away. The next day, Paul went back to visit, guitar in hand. But John was in a different season of life, raising Sean, enjoying the quiet. And that visit didn't land like Paul hoped. John told him straight, "Please call before you come by." It's not 1956 anymore. Not rude, not angry, just distant. But for Paul, that stung. They spoke a few more times over the phone, and in one of those final calls, John left him with a line, simple but heavy. "Think about me every now and then, my old friend." That was it, the last real connection. Fast forward to 1981. Paul's working on Tug of War, his next album. He brings in Carl Perkins, a rockabilly legend Paul and John had looked up to since they were kids. And one day, Carl plays Paul a song he'd written called My Old Friend. Just a sweet tune, written from the heart. But when he got to the final line, everything stopped. "Think about me every now and then, my old friend." Same exact words John had said. Paul froze. Then he broke down, completely. Tears, full-on grief. Not the kind you show the cameras, the kind that spills out from deep buried places. Carl didn't even know what he'd done. It wasn't a planned tribute. He hadn't heard that story. It was just something that came to him in the middle of the night. Linda McCartney leaned in and told Carl, "That's what John said to Paul the last time they spoke." Yeah, chills. That song didn't make the final album, but Paul never forgot it. That moment became sacred, a private doorway to all the feelings he hadn't let out since John died. Earlier that same year, when John was shot outside the Dakota, reporters ambushed Paul as he left the studio. Shock still fresh, cameras in his face, and all he could muster was, "It's a drag, innit?" People didn't get it, thought he didn't care, but he did care, deeply. He just didn't have the words. Not then. The real tribute came later, in a song called Here Today, a one-way conversation with John, all the things he never got to say, all the love, pain, confusion, and peace, finally set free. And that's what music does, right? It lets us say the things we couldn't when it mattered. It holds the memories, the friendship, the ache, the joy. So, yeah, even a legend like McCartney can get hit in the heart, not by fame, not by charts, but by a line that brought back a friend and everything they didn't get to finish.